Listen, I don't claim to have all the answers. This is just... Hello. Welcome back to my channel, guys. My name's Kaylee. I currently am living in America. I just spent 10 months living in Finland, and I'm riding this wave for as long as I can. Trying to talk about Finland for as long as I can on my channel. So, I just came back from living in Helsinki for 10 months. Helsinki, Finland. I am an American. I grew up in Tennessee, and that's where I am right now. I have been making YouTube videos about my experience living abroad, traveling abroad for the first time, and then living there upon doing the traveling. And it's been a wild ride. Okay, today I'm going to talk about the things I actually miss about Finland. I made a video predicting the things I would miss about Finland, and that video has done great. Lots of people have been connecting with it. So I thought I would follow it up and tell you the things that I have actually missed the most about Finland, because some of them are what I predicted and some of them are not things I would have predicted at all. So yeah. So the things that I predicted that I was going to miss the most were the sauna, candy and ice cream, public transit, eating flour products and gluten things like bread and pasta and stuff, and the lack of understanding of the Finnish language. I thought I was going to miss not being able to understand people because I could zone out. So a lot of people had lots of opinions on the things I thought I'd miss the most. Yeah, the gluten thing, a ton of people kept telling me it's pesticides. Yeah, a lot of people were telling me that it was the like pesticides on the flour in America, and it totally is, but for lack of better terminology, I'm just referring to it as gluten and flour products. So when I say that, I know it's not necessarily inherently gluten, because I could eat glutinous things in Finland, so I'm not obviously allergic to gluten. I'm just sensitive to how it's grown in America, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there like that. So I have been eating like organic flour bread. We've been making some here at home. We've gone to a few bakeries that use organic flour. So far, like, I think it's just taken me a couple of weeks to get used to the food here in general. Like, I've felt very bloated after eating and kind of lethargic after eating. But yeah, I think that it is going better than I thought in my previous video. Yeah, I'm a little happy about that. I'm still going light on it though. Like, I'm not going crazy with eating flour products and eating things that have gluten in them. And I'm also not going out of my way to eat like gluten-free things either, because sometimes they can be more processed depending on what it is. So I'm just trying to go easy and be gentle with myself and give myself and give my body a lot of grace for being in a new environment, getting adjusted to an environment that it's been in before. But it's been a journey, and it will continue to be a journey. But yeah, so the sauna I definitely miss. I miss the sauna a lot. However, I thought I was going to be taking a lot of baths. I haven't taken a single bath since being back, and we've been back for 2 months. That is kind of crazy. I thought that taking a bath would kind of replace my love for the sauna. Not that it can be replaced, it can be replaced, but I thought it would take the place, sort of. And I haven't taken a single bath, which, I don't know, I think that's been kind of weird. We have a bathtub where we're staying, and I bought some Epsom salt, and so I really have been wanting to do that. It's just like, we had a specific day of the week that was carved out for going to the sauna, and so I guess I just have to maybe try to carve out a day of the week to, like, go sit in the bath and just, like, soak and rest and whatever. Anyway, that was my favorite thing about Finland, I think, was being able to go to the sauna every week. Anywho, I definitely miss the candy. I know I talked a bit about ice cream, but we still have ice cream here, and though I don't think it's as good, I don't know, there's some really good ice cream and there's some ice cream that's not as good. We still have ice cream like a lot here, so that's been nice. And though there's not like ice cream bars that are quite the same as the ones in Finland, we still have had really good ice cream here. But The thing I have really missed is the candy. We brought back a bag of Finnish candy with us, and we savored it for like a month. And then maybe like a week or two ago, I finished the last of my half of the bag, and I cried. Like, I legit cried tears. I was so sad. It was kind of like a comfort thing for me. Like, I'd go to the grocery store, you know, a couple times a week and just go to like a K supermarket or like the S market. I think that K supermarket had way better candy selection, but I would go to the K market and get like a little bag of candy just for myself. I've missed it. I've missed the ritualistic aspect of going to get a little thing of candy for myself and having it on the way home. So that has been a huge lack in my life. And the candy, like, I don't know, we have candy here. It's not like there's not candy, but it is just, oh my gosh, it's not the same. It is not the same at all. I miss my Finnish candy so much. Okay, so public transit, that was another thing I mentioned in my prediction of what I'd miss most about Finland. I have missed the public transit for sure, but I don't know, like, I think if I was in a similar city as Helsinki, like a similar layout of a city that didn't have public transit, I'd probably miss it a lot. But I'm living in the suburbs, so I guess I'm not really thinking about it. I mean, I kind of am. Like, every day when I'm going somewhere, I'm like, man, this would be so much easier if I was on a tram, or if this was like a public transportation system. Every time I'm sitting in traffic, or like, oh my gosh, yeah. Every time I'm sitting in traffic, I'm just like, oh my gosh, can we not do this, please? Can we just all be in one thing that's being operated by one person? I do think about that frequently, so maybe I do miss it more than I thought I would. I think I've had a lot more like driving and anxiety than I had before. Like, I'm not scared to drive. I really enjoy driving, and it's been fun driving since I've been back, but I have a little bit more of a worry, like, oh, this person could be on their phone and they could cause a car accident. And before, I was, you know, not completely absolved from the risk of that, but like when you're on a tram or underground, you're not really worried about some other person who's like going crazy on their morning commute that might smash into you. So there's just more risks, I think, with driving than there are with public transit. So I've been thinking about that, but I wouldn't say it's been so much that it's like driven me crazy or anything. I think I'm just trying to adapt and trying to not be bothered by everything. There's a lot of things since being back that I've just been bothered by. And so I'm trying to just focus on the fun aspects of it. Like, I like being able to get in a car and drive to where I want to go, and not have to like plan a stop I'm going to get off at, or if I miss the stop and, you know, whatever. So yeah, I have missed public transit. I miss living by the sea. I miss living by the water. I don't think I took it for granted. Like, I loved going to the sea, and I was there as often as I could be. But I'm sad we didn't get to experience like a full Finnish summer, because I probably would have gone swimming like every day. We were there for like, you know, May and June, and so we did get to go swimming a few times. But yeah, I think that being by the water is really therapeutic for me, and swimming in the water is like amazing for my mental health. So I have missed that a lot. There are some cool places like lakes and rivers and stuff that you can swim here. So, you know, though we're landlocked in Tennessee, it's not like impossible to go find somewhere to swim. It's just different, you know. Piggybacking off of that, something I think that has been the most influential in my day-to-day life that I've missed is the water. I've missed the Finnish water, like the tap water. You can drink it straight from the tap. You don't have to filter it. So you can drink tap water in Tennessee, and where I'm living in Nashville, like, you know, you can drink it. We can, but typically you'd want to like filter your water, maybe from your refrigerator or, you know, your drinking water. But yeah, like I don't know, it's kind of weird. The water like has a certain smell to it that's not bad. It's just like weird water smell. I miss having that be like the norm in Finland. Just being able to drink the water straight from the faucet. Oh, I miss my Finland water. I miss it so much. The second to last thing I have really missed the most about Finland is the temperature. Sorry, American Southeast. I don't like to be in you in the summer or the fall or the spring, or really even the winter. Yeah, I am a cold weather gal. I'm a cold weather girly through and through, backwards, forwards, upside down, and inside out. I don't like the heat. There was a day in Finland, I remember, where it was around 24, 25 degrees Celsius, which is maybe mid 70s in Fahrenheit. And I was sweating. Not a lot, but I was outside and I was sweating. And I was just thinking, can I handle 20 degrees hotter than this? Like, can I handle mid to late 90s and like almost 40 degrees Celsius? And I said, no, I can't. I don't want to leave. Don't put me on the plane back to Death Valley. No, it's not quite that hot here, but yeah, it does get very warm here, and it gets very, very humid. And some people love it. I know people that adore this weather, and they just thrive in the warmth, they thrive in the humidity, they thrive when it's warm and when they don't have to worry about being cold. And I'm just the absolute polar opposite. Like, I am so not that way. And so being in Finland, there were a few times where I was like, this is cold. I am uncomfortably cold right now, obviously. But it only happened like once or twice, maybe, not even that much. And I liked dressing up in whatever I wore to go outside in the cold. I loved wearing coats. I love layering, and I love not being hot. Oh, I love not sweating. It's amazing. If I'm sweating, I want to be like working out, you know? I don't just want to be sweating because I walked from the door to the car and then I'm still sweating in the car. I really have been longing for the temperatures of Finland. I look at it every so often on my phone and I just see, I see the temperatures of Helsinki and I weep. So anyway, yeah, I haven't been loving that. I really miss it about Finland. I guess the last thing that I think I miss the most is I just kind of miss the feeling of it, I don't even know how to describe that. I think that's something that not everybody is going to understand, I guess. And that's okay. I had a friend tell me recently it's important to maintain friendship with people who have also traveled abroad and or lived abroad. And I think that that's super important. Like, I've been realizing recently that like friendships have changed and altered, and I've changed and I've grown and I'm different and so are they. That doesn't mean that I can't be friends with the people that I was friends with before, but there's definitely a lot of disconnect, and there's just that feeling of living in Finland that I miss, and I miss that feeling, and it's so hard to describe. Like, I don't know that I can. And I think anyone who's traveled abroad understands that. It's a universal thing. Like, no matter where you go, there's just that feeling that you have when you think about a place, a town, a city that you forged for yourself, that you made home, that wasn't your birthplace or wasn't the town you grew up in. And that is Helsinki for me. It probably always will be, I think no matter where I go and where I move in the future, like, that feeling will probably come with me. And I'll probably have that feeling for new cities. But I think there's always going to be something really special about Finland that is like this first place that I made my own home apart from where I grew up. And that's like it's like a first love almost, it's like, that's a really special connection that I think I'll always have with Finland. So I miss that a lot. And I'm curious to see how it will be, when I go back someday. I miss my friends a lot too. The few friends that I made, there weren't a lot of them, but the ones that I miss were really special to me. And I talked about that in my last one, just being afraid that they would not be there anymore. And I think I was afraid that my friends here wouldn't be here anymore, and some of them aren't here anymore. And so that's been hard for me for the whole time. But just hoping that doesn't happen to my friends in Finland, and I don't think it will, Yeah, I want to make friends with more people online, I guess. I want to make friends with people who have done traveling abroad and kind of understand that little nugget of feeling that I think I'm trying to get at. Yeah. Well, to wrap it up, I miss a lot about Finland. I miss the things that I miss more. I don't miss that many things. I just miss them really bad. But I think that there are things to be missed here too, and I'm happy to be back with some of the things that I did miss about here. And there is, there is a feeling of familiarity that is really nice here in America and here in Nashville. I think maybe my channel is just going to become about the feeling of home. It seems like that's a reoccurring narrative, which I really love. I love talking about it. I love figuring it out. And yeah, the feeling of home, someone mentioned a quote where it was like, wherever you lay your hat, that's where home is. Wherever I am and wherever Daniel is and wherever, my friends and my family are and the people that I want to connect with, wherever we all are, that's where home is for me. And I think home can be, a moving thing too. It can maybe be moving around with me, and it could be here one day and it could be somewhere else the next. So yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining me again today. I really appreciative of this platform and hearing from you guys about what you think of my videos. People comment and they'll reference something I said at the very end of a video and I'm like, they watched it the whole way. It's been really gratifying and I'm really thankful that I have this outlet. And I know I keep saying that every video, but I seriously am really thankful. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment just of your thoughts, and if you connected with anything in this video, I would love to hear from you. Follow along on my Instagram. It's at Kaylee Creates, if you would like. I also have an art account. I've been doing a lot of painting recently, so you can follow me there. It's just Kaylee Creates Art. Yeah, I think that's all for today's video, guys. Thanks again for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Bye, everyone. Pooh says bye.